Some corridor restaurants will be changing the way that they handle your food. The idea is to prevent foodborne illness from causing major problems for diners. With the new year comes new regulations for restaurants in Johnson County. The changes come from the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals. CBS 2 News reporter Kevin Barry is here tonight with more on what that means for some of our favorite eateries. Kevin?
Well, Matt, some of the changes handle small things like how different violations will be classified. But bigger changes involve the requirement for a certified food protection manager and having food inspection reports available online. Restaurants we spoke with today are actually welcoming that new oversight.
Safety first, and then everything else after that, because if you're not being safe with your food, then you're not going to be around very long.
Because of that, many of the new requirements are practices that restaurants say are already in place. For example, the county will now require that leafy greens are kept below 41 degrees. Patrick McBreen at the Airliner says they wouldn't allow anything else.
Vegetables, and whether they're greenleaf or not, it's always under 41 degrees anyway, just to maintain the freshness.
If they get contamination on them, then the microorganism can grow if it's not held at temperature.
The biggest change, the requirement to have a certified food protection manager. It's a supervisor who can make sure everything is done behind the scenes to keep the customers safe.
For some people, this is their first job in a kitchen, so basic things like cross-contamination or touching raw meat, wearing gloves, some people don't really think about that.
Generally, Patrick says it's someone like a kitchen manager or owner that would hold the certification. It's not something that many restaurants say they have now, but they say it is a pretty good idea.
To have another set of eyes that may be a little more critically trained to look at situations and understand where the risks are and be able to fix that's very important.
And that's just so that the restaurant has their own resource to turn to, so we have a little more knowledge base, a little more training that goes with the restaurant.
Restaurants that are already open for the new year won't need a food protection manager right away. They actually have up to 4 years to fill that position unless they have a violation that is serious enough to require that they do act right away. Live in the studio, Kevin Barry, CBS 2 News, 10 at 10.